Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu and I'm bringing out this video of me talking about stuff. I don't know, this is a new series I'm doing, I don't know, we'll find out. I'll make a new thumbnail or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll just throw this video up there, but I wanted to do a video talking about some things, you know, not like political or anything, but just things that are relevant, like burnout. You know, at work, burnout happens, and in board games, burnout happens too. So I actually wanted to talk about board game burnout, but instead of talking about it endlessly by myself, I wanted to see if my friendly neighborhood gamer, or F&G Raleigh NC friend, Bear, will be able to join in, and he's joining in by magic of the internet. So would you like to say hello?
Hello, this is Bear.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about yourself? What do you do? Like, what are your credentials? Why are you qualified to have this conversation?
I play board games a lot.
Play board games a lot, and I actually do a lot of videos with Bear for on
This is
Bear's
true.
channel.
Blue and I host a channel that focuses on board games and just basically anything that's nerdy.
Anything that's nerdy, yes, and a lot of D&D. Like the most recent one that we did was burning a character. Was it Torchbearer? No, Burning Will.
When you say that out of context, it sounds bad. But yes, we were creating a character in Burning Will, which they call burning a character. And we had two players that were burning their characters for the upcoming tabletop RPG that we're going to be running starting in January.
Starting in January, in person, so the audio will be consistent and everything. But
correct, we'll be at Arcana in Durham, North Carolina.
And potentially other places if we want to have like a vacation somewhere and do like a D&D vacation. Or is Burning Will, is that sorry, that's not the topic. Sorry, we got to focus. Background music. I forgot to start that. Let me start that. Yeah, haha. We're on my channel, so I get to do background music. Take that, Bear.
I just called you out on my Facebook group.
Did you?
See if that gets anybody.
Oh, nice. We'll see. So the topic of the video, as I mentioned before, was now that we're through with a little bit of intro and a little bit back and forth, board game burnout. So I wanted to talk about this one because I feel like sometimes when I do reviews, because I do a lot of playthroughs, solo playthroughs, and I do a lot of reviews and everything, and I just got done doing a playthrough of 20 Strong, and one of the things that I kind of said a billion times, and I might actually redo the review because I feel like I said it too many times, was that I feel like I played this particular version of the game too many times. And I want to talk about burnout because I feel like it's a very real thing that maybe not a lot of people run into because either they don't play as many games or they don't have as many opportunities to play games, or maybe they just rotate between games a lot. But I think just a thesis statement for myself before I like jump off my soapbox here is that I like to rotate between a lot of different board games, especially when I play solo, because I don't want to get burnt out from the game. Even if I like the game a lot, I want to play like maybe 2 or 3 times at most and then move on to something else. Unless it's something like Core Discovery that's very different for each playthrough, or something like, what's another game I played a lot? Railroad Tiles, which give me very different looks in the same world, but games that tend to be kind of the same experience every time, something like Project L, something like 20 Strong, even something as far as like Sleeping Gods, they tend to be kind of the same experience every time. Or even Iridia, oh my gosh, that's a perfect example in my opinion. I ended up getting burnt out to where it's like, I don't want to play this anymore, I want something different. So, with all said and done, how do you feel about board game burnout now that I've given kind of like a generic groundwork?
I don't play as many games as you do, like back to back. I think probably the closest I would come to it would be like playing. Well, I'm currently taking a break from Kings of War because I kind of got burned out with that. That's more of a miniatures game than board games, but I think, like you said previously, with your you can get work burnout. You can get burned out with anything if you do it too much and you don't take a break to come up for air and take a walk outside and touch some dirt. Unless you're getting burned out from walking outside and touching dirt, then maybe you should do something else.
Right. And like it just becomes old and what's the word? Benign? No, that's not the word. There's a word here. I can't think of the word.
Just doing something too much. Like our brains need to take a break from it.
Repetitive. That's the word. Yes, and like I don't know, like for me, board games, I like procedural board games, but the more I think about it, and like I guess the older I get, as the more wizened I get in the board game world. And sorry, y'all are not seeing a lot of hands go back and forth. You're looking at a deck box if you're watching video. This is more of an audio experience anyway. So my apologies. But one of the things I'll say is that like I tend to like playing games that have a certain amount of random in them. And what I mean by that is like I like to play Clinic, for instance, and there's a certain amount of random. It's very procedural and it's very specific, but you have a little bit of chaos in there. Whereas games like Final Girl like drive me crazy with the amount of chaos in that game, but that game very much kind of shakes it up a lot. And I think for me there's a balance between those two because I can play Clinic like 20 times in a row and not be that bored as long as I can switch modules. Whereas if I were to play Clinic in the same modules over and over, I think I would run into burnout too. So I don't know, kind of what you're saying, like the pattern of just doing the same thing over and over, the monotony of it all. I think that's the word I was looking for earlier. That can really wear down on you.
Chai Doodle wants to know, how can you tell you're starting to burn out on a game?
Ooh, good question.
For me, I kind of like start having an existential crisis. Like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing with my life? Like,
it's like
I start wondering, like, what's my purpose in life, and
like,
the fact that
who
a
am
board
I?
game
Where am
is
I?
causing me to have that. Like, I shouldn't be doing this right now. I should take a break.
Have you run into that with like a game? Well, so one game, well, two games I can think of. Actually, three. No, I can only think of two games because like when we were early in our knowing each other and playing board games, we played a lot of Terraforming Mars, and the other one was we didn't play a lot of Tyrants of the Underdark. I know I didn't get the game fast enough for me to be enjoying it, so it wasn't one I gravitated to. But I guess Terraforming Mars is the only example I have. Do you feel that there was any burnout from that one?
I mean, Chai Doodle was asking, existential crisis is the warning sign? Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think I live in a constant state of existential crisis, and the fact that the board game's not taking that and shoving it under the rug like dirt, like it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be something I enjoy, and instead it's not hiding my dirt under the rug anymore.
Right. It's kind of masking, if you will.
But going back to you, Blue, I would say I did get burned out with Terraforming Mars a bit. That's because we were, me and my partner were playing that quite a bit. And before I even really met her, I'd already played it. So like it was kind of like I knew what the roads were going to be. I mean, there is a little bit of randomness to it, but it is, after a while, you've kind of seen all the cards, you know what's coming up.
Right. You know what to expect.
The best example I can have would be probably Twilight Imperium, but that's a different type of burnout.
Really?
Because it's a 10 to 12, 14-hour game.
Right. And there was a point in time where you and Apples and Marauder, you guys played that game a ton.
So you say a ton. We played it like maybe 4 times in a year.
That's a lot of times to play it. I play the game like once every 3 years.
I talk to people who play Twilight Imperium once a week.
Once a week? Ugh.
That's like their thing to do.
But then again, once you get into like the flow of a game, I can. I'm trying to think like Railroad Tiles. It still is kind of my go-to because just kind of throw on the table, turn my brain off, and just go. And I feel like if you like say if you play a game enough, you get to that. So like, what's the difference between like a game you can autopilot versus Burnout? I guess.
It really just boils down to, are you still having fun? Because if you're playing a game and you're not having fun, what's the point of playing it?
Guys, achievements? I mean, I guess board games don't really have achievements, do they?
I mean, some do. I know Earthborn Rangers has achievements.
But do you see yourself playing that enough to get the achievements?
I would like to, but I just don't have enough time in my day currently. And I won't lie, I'm an achievement whore on Steam, but nobody can see my achievements for Earthborn Rangers. Not that I think that my friends are secretly going around and going, "Ooh, good job, you got that achievement on Steam." No, nobody gives a fuck.
I mean, people
But
can be proud. And Chai Doodle in the chat says, do you ever do you ever burn out from games that you play with other people and just want to play solo games? So
I've been told not to speak of certain things, so I will not do that.
wait, what do you mean? Oh no. Yes. We want to keep the conversation like PG-13 adjacent, as far away from rated R as possible.
Fair enough. Chai Doodle, I differ greatly from Blue in that I don't really like to play solo games. I remember I've tried it in the past, and the times that I win, I'm like, "Woohoo, yeah, I won!" And I went to like high five, but there was nobody to like get excited with me about, and I just it immediately took that rug off of my existential crisis.
Right. You're like,
I'm not a huge proponent of, but I mean, that being said, and I'm not trying to get us off topic, but I'm enjoying Earthbound Rangers as a solo game.
Right.
And I would like to try Vantage as a solo game, so maybe that could. But I don't know. I think stick to the topic of burnout for board games. I don't know. I feel like you'd have to play a game enough to get there, just like anything else.
Yeah, just like anything else, you kind of get bored of it or like tired of it, or it just becomes too repetitive. I mean, to try to address a question of, do you ever burn out from games that you play with other people and just want to play solo games? So it's like, for me, the idea of playing Twilight Imperium to me is an enjoyable one. The act of doing so feels a little bit miserable sometimes, and I can even use board games that I don't enjoy too much. Like we all know my opinion of Arcs. It's not that I don't enjoy it. It's just the act of doing so with like waiting for my turn. Oh, Gaia Project. That's a perfect example. I like the idea of playing Gaia Project with people, but I'd much rather play it solo because my turn happens faster. And I feel like Twilight Imperium, I feel like Arcs, I feel like even Shia, sometimes it's like, I really just wish it was my turn. Why am I waiting for it not to be my turn? Why is it not my turn yet? And that's where I tend to gravitate more towards solo games, because it's always my turn. But even then, the burnout still exists, if that makes sense. Like I think I burnt out on what was the other game I said? No, Twilight Imperium. Not Twilight Imperium. Terraforming Mars. Mainly because I feel that it as a... Oh, hey, we can collaborate. Sure. Are you streaming right now?
I think this will make me stream.
I will hit accept, and I hope it doesn't break anything. Oh no. Oh, it's gonna... Oh no, it's gonna live stream through my computer. Okay, cancel. It's like a Discord chat, but in Twitch. That's very scary. All right, sorry. We're experimenting with different things here on our Twitch channels, and we're trying not to cross streams.
Buttons.
We're trying not to cross streams. Oh gosh. All right, sorry. But going back to what I was saying though, I feel like you can burn out certain games after playing a certain amount of times. I really liked using Terraform Mars as an example, because I feel like we had a discussion at one point talking about what about Terraform Mars felt like it was being too much, and I think that the randomness of it, as in you couldn't really find a strategy, stick with it, and like say I want to do this strategy and then do it. It's just kind of the cards show up and then you do what the cards say, and then I end up seeing the mechanics too much, and it's like, this is not really that fun of an engine builder in the long run of things because I played it too much. And we end up having a discussion between is Venus Next the problem? Is Colonies the problem? Is Prelude the problem? And I think we all agree universally Prelude is good. But I think we agree Prelude is good because Prelude allows you to like strike a path and do a thing and get enough stuff to where you can specialize in that way. Whereas Venus Next is random, Colonies is random, and all the other expansions cannot bloat to the game. And I feel like that leads to things feeling not great because I lose agency. When I lose agency into playing a board game, I tend to fall off from playing it, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I feel like with your example with Terraforming Mars, it's kind of hard. Yeah, I see that it's like circling.
Yeah, it says it's disconnected on my side. We're still recording though, so you can keep going. Let's get it back up.
It's just like your best bet on Terraforming Mars is try to be a master.
Sorry, go
good
ahead.
at everything essentially.
Right.
Whereas I'd much rather focus on one thing and be like, I'm the tree guy, I'm making trees, and somebody else is the air guy and they're providing oxygen. But it's a much more efficient strategy to be a master of all trades.
Right.
A jack of all trades.
Well, but when you become jack of all, well, and that's another thing. I think we could even use like Ezra and Nehemiah, and also my apologies for all the audio and streaming issues, y'all. This is a first time experiment here. Bear calling in live from California. No, I don't know where you are. I do know where you are. That's not the point. But what I'm trying to say is something like Ezra and Nehemiah.
Clayton, North Carolina.
Clayton, North Carolina. Wow, where is that at? How far away from Raleigh is that?
30 minutes.
Boo. Joking. I say as I live in Raleigh. But sorry, the point I'm trying to bring up though is that the Ezra and Nehemiah, I think we played that 3 times or something like that. Not enough times to know everything, but enough times to kind of know that 2-player doesn't feel as good as more players, you know? And I feel like that is the burnout, is in like once you start playing a game enough to knowing that, hey, this player count is not as efficient. Or even River Valley Glassworkers. Like River Valley Glassworkers is such a benign game in my opinion that it's hard to get burnt out because it's quick enough to where you don't care. And it's
let's take it back. I don't know. Take it back a little bit. Like if you look at old school games like poker or canasta, like card games like that, or even if you look at like chess, those are all games that are pretty deep strategy. And it takes a lifetime sometimes to learn the strategies for those games. Whereas I feel like now we're being overstimulated with board games, and there's never a chance to like really master a game.
Ooh.
And
okay.
with the difference of like really, what did I do? Yeah, click something. I was supposed to. With the fact that we're
clicking buttons on Twitch.
Listen.
It's like it's understandable. It's late at night. I understand.
Well, no, we have so many options, and this like might be getting a bit into the weeds here, but people nowadays, we literally doom scroll on our phones, or like seeing a video every 15 seconds, where like we're watching TV and like things are constantly popping up. We're scrolling, like we're always seeing new stuff constantly.
Right, and
whereas
and
you go back 100
years
ago, you go back 100 years ago, and it's like, well, we got a deck of cards. We're gonna play the same damn game 50 times because there's nothing else to do.
Spades, yeah, correct.
So they would play that game and they would start learning strategies. You know, trying to find the deeper things in it.
Well,
but but then they'd start making up house rules and stuff to fight off board game burnout or card game burnout or game burnout in general. They'd start making house rules to change it up. But now, if we have that type of burnout, we just go to a different game, because we have I have a friend that has over 600 board games at his home. It's you. And then we all but amongst our friend group, we probably have over 1,000 games easy.
Right. And interesting thing about that is I'm thinking about the games that again I used.
Can Doodle still hear us?
I think so. Oh. Doodle says I also have a friend with 600 board games.
So that would be yes. Doodle can hear us.
But I think the point I was trying to make is if I look at my games, I'm on Pub Meeple now because I did my ranking a while ago. Wait, how do I get to my history here? My previous list, my top 5, where my number 1 was Shia Lessons of a Drift System with the Embers expansion, then Clinic, then Castles of Burgundy, the card game. Number 4 was Hegemony, and number 5 was, I don't remember. But the whole point is those top 4, Hegemony being maybe the only exception. Actually, no, Hegemony you can't, because there's a lot of, it's controlled chaos, I guess. There's a lot of chaos in Hegemony in the order of which things happen. But in all the other games, there's so much variety and so much variance that each game is not the same. Especially
I would
with...
disagree.
Go ahead.
Excuse me. I would disagree that hegemony is chaos because it feels like chaos because we've not played it enough. We've not got it to the table enough to learn the strategy behind it.
Yeah, and we've only switched factions once. It's like I think we've played like 4 times, but we've only changed factions once.
Just stick with my previous analogy. Looking at someone who counts cards playing blackjack versus someone who is just learning to play blackjack. That person who's learning is like, man, there's so much chaos. This stuff is so weird. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. Whereas that person who's counting cards is like, okay, I know they've played this. They've played, 3 3s and 3 4s. So they know what's coming up. It's not chaotic at all because they're counting the cards. So getting that experience kind of changes the experience of a game.
Okay.
Which can lead to burnout.
Well, man, interesting. So the 20 Strong Play series, which is what kind of inspired this whole thing, because I just finished my Too Many Bones 20 Strong playthrough for the 8th time, because the first time I had the rules wrong, second time I had the rules wrong, third time I think the recording died, 4th, 5th, and 6th rules wrong, and then 7th and 8th, 7th time the stream died in the middle of streaming and the recording wasn't going. That's why I figured out about the 2 terabyte drive that you have, or that we have for you. And then the last time I finally got through the playthrough, and not only did I not have a fully successful game, if you will, I'm not saying I lost, but I'm saying I didn't win, but also the way the cards came out was brutal, as in the fear that I have with the 20 Strong series, because it's like a single deck of cards without getting into the weeds of it. You're rolling dice, you have different things happening, you're trying to mitigate losses essentially. And I got to the point where I was like, I feel like I'm just burnt out on this particular game, on this the Too Many Bones, 20 Strong Too Many Bones most specifically. And I feel like the burnout, like you said, happened because I played it too much. And I learned the variance, and the variance wasn't enough to keep me interested, and then just sad.
Doodle says, that sounds like a nightmare.
Well,
it's one of those nightmares, Doodle, where you like keep doing the same thing in your nightmare, and it doesn't come up with a different result.
Yeah. That's the definition of insanity, isn't it?
It is.
I see. But on the flip side, like I have games like oh my gosh, what's the name of this game? PAX Transhumanity. Like I recorded the how to play video for that one like 4 times, and the 4th time, every single time was about 2 hours each. And the 4th time I finally got it correct because I had all the rules and all the examples, and everything just kind of perfectly fell in place. And to me, that's one of my favorite, like I feel very proud of the achievement of pushing through and teaching that game, which is a very long teach in general, for teaching everything comprehensively with examples. But I don't feel, if I had to do it a 5th time, I'll be like, nah, I'm good. I'll just let somebody else teach it. But I feel accomplishment afterwards from pushing through the burnout for that one. But I do want to emphasize that I think, and I know I'm getting long-winded here, but what I'm trying to say is that is an example of something I had to do multiple times to get right, but each time I learned something new. And in this playthrough for Too Many Bones 20 Strong, each time I learned a new rule that I got wrong, and I corrected it, and it changed the way the gameplay went, and sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse, but overall, I feel like I just had a better product at the end. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like, in the pursuit of understanding the game, burnout happened, but I think burnout happened for this one because it just didn't interest me.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
So you posted that video to YouTube afterwards, right?
The 20 Strong Too Many Bones, yes.
I mean the PAX, the one that you just said you were proud of.
Oh yeah, PAX Transhumanity, the teach, yes, correct.
And it took you multiple playthroughs, each one being about 2 hours long. So I think you said it was 4 different times, so 8 hours.
Yeah, so basically 8 hours of trying to do the rules teach. The first time it was not organized. The second time, I think I got a rule slightly wrong. It wasn't wrong, it just wasn't explained correctly. The third time, right, I think I ended up getting interrupted, so I had to start over. So it wasn't a full 2 hours the third time. And the 4th time...
And again, this is just me curious with the data. Where does that fall on your most viewed videos? Is that like in the middle of the pack?
Oh, good question. Let me see. I can look it up.
Because you look at 8 hours of videos of recording that video, and if it's like in the middle of the pack, does that change? This is getting off track from the subject, but just out of curiosity, does that change how you feel about the 8 hours you spent doing that video?
Good question. Good question. So I'll answer your question in a second, but I'll say that I think the achievement of finishing a thing and then publishing it, I think that helps reduce some of the burnout from playing games a lot. But to answer your question as directly as possible, that would change my perspective of it because I feel like it would be worth it in the long run. Because I can teach the game to somebody else. It's comprehensive enough where people might use it as how to learn how to play the game, which PAX Train to Humanity is. It's not. It's complex. It's complex. That's the best way to say it. Because you have to know how everything works before you can actually play the entire game in a way to have a reasonable impact on how the game works. Otherwise, it just feels like random chaos, which I think was the thing that was mentioned previously. But yeah.
Good night, Doodle. It's good to see you.
Yes. Oh, good night. Yes, good night. Have a good night. So PAX Train to Humanity, that teach video, it's middle of the pack of my views, video views. I don't have a ton of views on my video. Oh, I lied. Oh my gosh, this video has 40,000 views. What on earth is this video? Sorry, that's
that's the one that has the
the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, that's your risk. Me and Murata were looking at your page, and he was talking about that.
Yeah, it's my best performing video apparently. But sorry.
Yeah, it is.
Going back from that, but like the PAX Train to Humanity one was just more so I wanted to teach the game, and at that point when I was teaching that game, it was like definitely top of my list. I actually burnt out on that game, more specifically because I played it. I think I played it too many times to where I could see the mechanics, like the moving target of that game ended up being frustrating. And again, this, I think I'm discovering that it's more so if I feel like I don't have agency over or control over my fate, then I tend to like fall away from the game. Using arcs as another example, I played exactly one time, I complained the whole time, and I told you at the beginning, I feel like I'm not gonna like it because I'm not gonna have as much control over my thing, and that ended up being the case only because it played in a trick-taking manner, and I didn't understand the mechanics of how the trick-taking goes. I mean, I concede that point. I will outwardly concede that point from this point going forward. But even if I figured out how that mechanic worked, I still think I'll be burnt out because, or not interested, I should say, not burnt out, because I feel like it doesn't give me enough ability to sway or persuade my fate, if that makes sense.
I would say that's more of a, instead of it being you're burnt out on a game, you're burnt out on a mechanic. Because it was the card taking mechanic.
Okay. That's fair. And like,
it just boils down to, is that really you being burned out, or is that just you just don't like that mechanic?
Maybe I just don't like that mechanic in that application. And I say that because like playing like For Northwood is a trick-taking game, a solo trick-taking game, and I like playing that like maybe once or twice, like a full playthrough once or twice, but afterwards it's like, why am I playing this? Whereas playing spades with like family members and like friends and stuff, like yeah, especially if that's the only thing we're really playing that night, especially with family. Yeah, I'll play like a few games of spades where you're playing to, is it 500 or is it 1,000? I don't remember. Whatever you play to, but you end up playing for like 2 hours with the same 4 people, the same other 3 people. And to me, the variance in that one is your communication with your partner in spades, and then also the people you're playing against, and then the hand. And I feel like the rounds go quick enough to where even if you have a catastrophic set of hands, then it's just like, it's over. It doesn't linger is what I'm trying to say. And I think that helps
with your partner. What kind of table talking bullshit are you talking about?
Well, no, so sorry, communicating in the cards. Like if I throw off if my partner across the table plays like a king of something, and then I throw off on that, then that signals to them like, hey, I don't have any more of these, and if you play another club, for instance, then I can cut, or save you from those. And maybe your queen can walk. If you play a queen, then I can start throwing off cards. Those kind of things are the communications you have in spades. But again, that goes down to if you play it enough, you start seeing that mechanic of this is the strategy or this is the thing. Whereas if you don't play it enough, it's like this is just a bunch of random cards. How am I supposed to know what to do? So fine, I concede your earlier point that the more you play the game, the more depth you play the game, like chess, the deeper you go into the game, the less chaotic it seems. Or it becomes, I should say.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of curious that maybe games back in the day were had a little more depth to them, whereas the ones now don't have as much depth. So they're easier to burn out on.
That too. I mean, River Valley Glassworks doesn't have that much depth. Using that as a convenient example of a game that we've definitely played at least 10 times. Collectively, or not collectively, individually. Yeah, River Valley Glasswork doesn't have that much strategy, but it also has quite a bit of strategy. So it's like, it's a little bit shallow in what you're doing, but the depth of playing 2 pieces to choose any one, or the depth of I'm going to take pieces now so I can, get matches for later. Like there's depth there, but even that depth is, like you said, surface level. Whereas something like Spades or something like, I haven't played Canasta, but what's the other one? The Cribbage one, those games have a lot of depth. I guess they're abstract though, but I don't know. It's I don't know. It can go a few different ways is what I'm trying to say. So
yeah, I mean, like look at chess for example. I mean, that's a board game that has a culture to it.
I mean, but so does Uno, probably. I say probably because I haven't looked it up, but I'm assuming there's a culture of Uno players out there.
What culture is Uno? The only culture that Uno has is a game you can play with your damn family.
I mean, there's probably a culture there.
Your grandmother can follow it.
I'm gonna look it up. What is Uno culture? Oh, I probably look up the wrong words.
We're matching colors and numbers. Graham can follow.
Oh no. The importance of building an Uno culture, and there's a LinkedIn article about it. Okay. You know what? Oh, sorry, Uno, the University of Nebraska, Omaha. Okay, all right, that's something else. All right. Sorry, we are well into the weeds. Sorry, going back to the original prompt, though, just bringing it back there. To answer your question about Uno culture, probably not. But also, I think the burnout thing for me is just that sometimes, especially this is on the creator side, and you are a creator yourself too. I'm assuming that there might be some burnout there for you that you may have experienced or may have seen coming along.
Well, actually, I think I just hit the nail on the head and I figured it out. Burnout happens when you don't have a community for a game.
Oh.
Because the people who make the strategy, who make a game different every time you play it, are that's what does it. Like a single player game, or if you're playing a game with the same people every time, you're going to get the same results. Kind of like a store meta, in a card game term. The store has a meta. This is the most powerful move that anybody in the store has, and then you go to a different store and play that meta, and they're like, "What the hell are you doing?" And they have a totally different meta.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I think burnout happens when you are playing a game with the same people, whether that be one person being yourself or being the same 4 people.
Interesting. Okay. So Smash Bros is an example of that. That might be, well, I guess Magic is probably more widespread than Smash Bros, to be honest. But in this particular board game world, Magic is probably more widespread. But I can speak to the Smash Bros one because I know that there's the West Coast versus East Coast, or just any StarCraft. I guess is more widespread than both of those.
I mean, any game has a meta. Every game has a meta. And the more you play with people from other metas, and it changes the game, I think it would stave off.
Well,
burnout.
So question, this is a question specific for you. With Kings of War, you mentioned that you felt like you ran into some burnout with Kings of War. Was it because the meta wasn't different or wasn't changing, or do you feel like there might be a depth issue for Kings of War overall?
I think it's more that my player base was frustrating me.
Oh, okay, I see.
There,
Understood.
there's no player base in Raleigh,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like, hey, let's meet up at the store and play, and the same four people would be like, maybe, and then it just wouldn't happen.
Oh,
And then I'm in chat seeing other people playing it, and I'm like, well, I'd like to play it, but I can't. So
nice, nice. So basically, you're Squidward looking out the window watching Patrick and SpongeBob run around.
that's an odd analogy, but yeah, sure, let's go with that.
Right, right. Well, I'm trying to throw the memes in there, but yeah, okay, understood. So again, it goes back to what you said, the community and the meta. So I see how it fits in there, and like even on taking that as true, as in not saying that I fully agree with it, but if I'm trying to apply that to my experience with 20 Strong Too Many Bones, is that I use the community of watching somebody else do a playthrough and say, oh shoot, I got that rule wrong. And then I use the community of reading the threads or reading the forums and saying, oh shoot, I got that rule wrong. Or, oh man, I see I'm vindicated in my thinking of this rule. And like that kind of made it more interesting, more engaging to try it again with this newfound understanding that basically sometimes changed the entire game. And other times,
but again, you're still playing it. You're playing it by yourself.
Yeah, but the community aspect is
you're
there.
Playing it. I mean, there is a community aspect to it.
I see.
Goat says, I think a variety of play styles of games makes a difference. I love Heroes of the Multiverse because you can play multiple characters.
Which one's Heroes of the Multiverse? Video game or?
It's the one. It's a card game. You have it on your shelf. It's the superhero one.
Oh, Sentinels.
Sentinels of the Multiverse.
Wait, no, it's.
It's Sentinels Heroes, yeah.
Ghost meant to say Sentinels. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Right, understood.
Yeah, so being able to play, like it's playing the same game, but being able to switch different characters.
Yeah, okay, Sentinels. Yeah, so in that case, I mean, but still, that's my original question, because like I said, I use Clinic as my number 2 game of all time, based on my selections here. And if I were to throw another game that could fit in there, Core Discovery has definitely quickly risen to the top of my list. Like I think it's definitely in my top 50 now. If I were to do my ranking again, it will definitely land in my top 10, Core Discovery specifically. But that's because like each different chapter, because there's 6 different chapters currently. There's Flora, Fauna, and all the other chapters. But each chapter plays different enough. Actually, I take it back. The one that we played on stream with Sushi, we played Fauna, and I feel like Insecta, which is the first expansion, Insecta is a better version of Fauna. So I would argue that maybe there's like 4 chapters instead of 6. But each one plays differently enough to where it changes up the game. It gives me variety, it gives you a different challenge, it gives you a different goal. And I don't know, games like chess don't have different goals. Like you're just trying to capture your opponent's, primary piece, really.
Yeah, but every time you play chess, it's going to change with the opponent.
So the community's kicking in, is what you're saying.
Right.
Huh.
So going back to burnout, I feel like burnout happens when you have a redundancy, whether you're playing with the same people or the same person or yourself. Once you know all their moves and they know all your new, like it has to be new input for it to stave off burnout.
And now that you said this is probably the last little bit, because we're getting towards the 40-minute mark here. So I guess we should probably wrap up soon. But the thing I was gonna say, Revive. So you and I have not played Revive yet, but I play Revive a lot with my friends Luna and Gingervite. Shout out to them. But we played like 7 or 8 games over the course of like 2 weeks over Board Game Arena. And what I learned is that Gingervite is very much the min-max, as you know, George very, very much min-max. And for Luna's basically, I want to draw 7,000 cards. And every time we played, some strategies that worked with, because the factions are very different in how they play. The different tribes is what they call in that game. But some tribes it works really well, where they want a lot of cards and they get a lot of cards naturally. And then other tribes, they have 2 cards the entire game, but they do a lot of other stuff. And Luna struggled with those ones. But when Luna got the right combination of things that matched their playability or their play style, their play preferences, if you will, and things that kind of aligned with the cards and layout of the board, it was great. Meanwhile, between myself and Gingervite, we had a situation to where, we were trying to min-max. Gingervite is very much way better at planning than I am. But we up in a situation to where I would win more often than not. In like the 7 or 8 games that we played, I won the majority of the games. And it's mostly because I was able to sneak in some extra turns here or there using the mechanics. So I feel like I ended up understanding the mechanics better, and Gingervite ended up just being better at long-term planning, but I was better at the tactical side of things. So all this goes a super ultra long convoluted way to say that we ended up figuring out each other's play styles, and then we ended up figuring out how to counter each other. So in the games that I lost badly because Gingervite would cut me off and Luna would not let me get what I wanted. In games where Luna won, neither Gingervite nor I were blocking the card draw that would give Luna more card draws. And then in other situations to where Gingervite won is basically my cards weren't carding and I couldn't do anything to stop, and then nobody's paying attention. So you end up having this kind of, like I said, the meta going to where we get familiar with how each other plays, and then we kind of get relaxed and lackadaisical, and then somebody new comes along and just wipes us all off the board because they just play a style that we're not used to. So I can see that is what I'm saying. This is
you guys are playing to the meta that you guys created in that game.
Right.
Somebody coming in with a fresh mind would either get destroyed by that because you guys have found the best way to play it, or would destroy it because they're thinking outside the box.
Right.
Thus, that being said, it would stave off Burnout. Adding a new person.
So what you're saying is that you gotta have friends.
No.
Oh, okay. Thank God, because I don't have friends.
It helps, but you don't have to.
Okay, that's fair. So any final thoughts on the meta part? I'll leave it to you since I gave a long anecdote and explained.
I would just say to stave off board game burnout, try switching up your group and switching up your game, because doing anything over and over again and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. So don't be insane.
Don't be insane unless you're playing Eldritch Horror. Actually, no. If you don't want to be insane,
the whole goal is not to be insane. Keep your sanity points.
Which one was it that you want to be insane? It protects you. No, that was Death May Die. Cthulhu Death May Die. Insanity protects you, but also gets you closer to. Okay, anyway, sorry.
It's also Kingdom Death Monster. Your insanity. It's like protection for your brain.
Oh, it might have been KDM for us then. And Cthulhu Death May Die, you want a certain amount of insanity to unlock your special, but you don't want too much because in your special you got it, but you end up dying. So, but in Kingdom Death Monster, yeah, I remember that one. We should play that again.
Yeah, I agree.
Excellent.
I'm hoping that we can get a third night, a second night a week, where we can start doing some campaign games.
That'll be fun. I'm down. And I won't be burned out on that one. That's not true. I feel like I got a lot from my first experience with that one. But okay. All right. So where can people find you if they want to find more for your stuff, Bear?
For my stuff?
Yeah. Because you do RPG stuff. You have a role-playing thing coming up. You got all kinds of talk and all kinds of board games played. You got your own production set up now. Where can people find you?
They can find me on my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/FNGRaleighNC. Or they can also find me on Friendly Neighborhood Gamer on YouTube.
Yes. Is it Friendly Neighborhood or is it FNG Raleigh NC?
I thought it was Friendly Neighborhood Gamer. That's what FNG stands for.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. Look at you, Friendly Neighborhood Gamer. Okay. All right, cool. And thank you very much for joining at this early hour in the day. And also, you joined from the internet, live from New York. It's Saturday. Sorry. Okay. All right.
Am I your first call-in?
You were the first call-in. This is, well, we're also testing some of the equipment stuff. So technically, this is your first call-in, because we could also do this for your stuff too.
That is not true. I already had a call-in. Chris called in.
Oh yeah. Oh, well, this is your second call-in. There you go. There you go.
That is the first time I've called in. Yes.
There you go. There you go. Okay. All right. Well, thank you all very much.
Have a good evening. It was great to talk to you guys.
Yep. And thank you for joining, and thank you all very much for watching. And as always, I will see you all whenever.
Keep rolling those dice.